Hello students. So students, all of you know we already completed 6 lectures related to your vector chapter. This is our lecture number 7, and in this lecture we will discuss the vector or cross product of two vectors. We already completed the scalar product of two vectors. And what about the scalar product? We learned that when we multiply two vectors and the vector result gives a scalar quantity, this is named as scalar product or dot product. Now what is vector product? Write it down. Suppose two vectors A and B, vector A and vector B, and here the multiplication of vector A and vector B obviously gives a vector quantity. Suppose this vector is represented by R, and it is represented with this symbol cross. That's why it is named as vector product, because the result is vector, and it is also named as cross product. It is represented by this symbol cross. So it has two names. One is vector product, or you can say cross product. Okay, now here the result R is a vector quantity. So obviously R has magnitude and as well as R has direction. But in case of scalar product, there is only magnitude value, no direction. Okay, now what is the statement of vector product of two vectors? Write it down, this one. It is defined as the vector. Obviously it is the cross product of two vectors is defined as the vector whose magnitude is equal to the product of magnitude of two vectors. This vector gives magnitude value that is R, and this magnitude value is the product of two vectors A and B, and the angle between them, the sine of the angle between them. That means if we multiply vector A and vector B, the result will be AB sine theta with in cap. What is AB sine theta? A is the magnitude of A, B is the magnitude of B. Sine theta, that means the angle, the sine of the angle between two vectors. Here theta is the angle between A and B. This AB sine theta is represent magnitude value, that is R, and obviously it has direction, and this direction is represented by in cap. All of you know in cap is a unit vector which represents the direction, and here in cap is a unit vector. Write it down. Unit vector perpendicular to plane of A cross B. What is that? Okay, so this cross product gives a vector which magnitude value AB sine theta and gives a direction which is represented by in cap. Now in cap is a direction which is always perpendicular to vector A and B. Suppose this is vector A, this is vector A, and this is vector B. This angle is theta. Now what is the direction of this resultant, that is R? The direction will be perpendicular to A and B. That means this one. This is our vector A and this is our vector B. So it is lies in this plane, this one, xy plane. So the direction in cap that will be perpendicular to this plane. So perpendicular, that means this x-axis, this y-axis. So obviously the direction will be along this way or along this way in the downward direction. So its direction will be along upward or along downward. So this is represent in cap. In cap is represent the resultant vector direction, and here resultant vector direction will be always perpendicular to vector A and B. Suppose vector A and B, vector A is placed in y-axis and vector B is placed as z-axis. So it's both are A and B are lying in this plane, yz plane. So the perpendicular, that means along x-axis or along negative x-axis. Okay, so what is the statement of vector product of two vectors? That is, the vector product of two vectors gives a vector whose magnitude value is the product of magnitude of two vectors, this one, product of magnitude of two vectors AB, and the sine of the angle between them, that is sine theta, AB sine theta, and this gives a direction, and this direction is always perpendicular to the plane of A and B, and this direction is given by with the help of right hand thumb rule or screw rule. Now question is, what is right hand thumb rule and screw rule? Okay, you just see here, this is our vector A and this is our vector B, and here what is the angle between vector A and B? This one is the angle, not this one. Always you have to direct it along the smaller angle. You see the statement, you curl the fingers of the right hand in such a way that they point in the direction of rotation from A to B through a smaller angle. Okay, so this is our vector A, this is our vector B. Now your right hand, you just put your right hand here. Now you curl your finger in this way, A to B, with along the smaller angle. This is our smaller angle, so you curl your finger along this direction, A to B, and you just see what is the direction of your thumb. When I am rotating the fingers along this way, the thumb directed along this way. So this is our direction, and this direction gives this x-axis, suppose this y-axis, so this direction gives z-axis, positive z-axis. So here in cap, which gives the direction perpendicular to A and B, and this is along positive z-axis. And what is the unit vector along positive z-axis, which is represented by k cap? So obviously here in cap will be k cap. In same way, when we cross B cross A, not A cross B, B cross A, then what will be the direction? You just see B cross A, that means you have to rotate your finger from this vector to this vector through this smaller angle. We have to use this rotation, not this one. This one is the larger angle. So you just put your finger here, you curl the finger in this way, so you just see your thumb direction. When I am rotating the fingers in this way, thumb directed downward. Okay, so this downward direction gives the resultant vector direction, and here downward, that means negative z-axis, upward that is positive z-axis. So when B cross A, the result will be AB sine theta and in dash cap. Here in cap is represent k cap, here in dash cap is represent minus of k cap. So with the help of this equation, we will prove that the vector product is anti-commutative, not commutative. Okay, so before going that part, you just see the example of vector product. What is the example? We already learned that the torque in your class 10 or class 9, that is torque, tau, is represented as the product of force. Write it down. Tau is represented as product of force and perpendicular distance. You can say d or r. Okay, now tau is a vector quantity, and this is the product of force and r. Force is a vector quantity, r is also vector quantity. So obviously this product will be cross product. So this is our example for cross product. The relation between linear momentum and angular momentum is that this one, L is equal to r cross p. P is the linear momentum, you know P is equal to m into v, and L is represent the angular momentum. So the relation between linear momentum and angular momentum, this one, L equal to r cross p. Now you just see the cross product of r and p gives the angular momentum. So this is our example of cross product of two vectors, and this is our statement, right hand thumb rule. Another way, there is a screw rule. What is about that? You just see vector A, vector B. Now you just suppose there is a screw. Now you are moving A to B like this way, A to B. So it's directed outward. When you are moving B to A in this way, B to A, when we are moving in this way, it is moving upward. When moving in this way, it is moving downward. So A to B, that is upward, positive z axis. B to A, that is moving downward, that is negative z axis. Okay, now we will prove that vector product is anti-commutative. Write it down. Write this one. Now we will prove that the vector product is anti-commutative. Vector product is anti-commutative. That means A cross B will be minus of B cross of A. Prove it. A cross B, that means AB sine theta with direction which is represented as n cap, and B cross A, that is gives BA sine theta, magnitude value equal, but it gives a direction which is exactly opposite to n dash. Suppose this is represented as n dash. Now what is the relation between n and n dash? N and n dash, you see this vector A, this is vector B. So when you are going A to B using your right hand, it will be directed upward. Write it down like this way. This is a vector B. Okay, this is a x axis, this is a y axis, the plane is as xy plane. So when you are moving A to B, it is directed along this one. This gives n cap. And when you are moving B cross A, it's directed along this axis, and this is represented as n dash cap. So here you can easily say that n dash cap is equal to minus of n cap. Use it. That is AB sine theta, and this one will be n cap but with the opposite sign. So obviously you just see this one is exactly equal to this one, that is A cross B. So finally you can say B cross A, that is equal to minus of A cross B. So from here you can say A cross B is equal to minus of B cross A. That's why we will says that the vector product is obey anti-commutative law. That is okay. But in case of scalar product, we learn that A cross B, A dot B, that is equal to B dot A. That is vector product, the scalar product obey commutative law. Now you see there are several properties. Okay, write it down. The properties of vector product. So our first properties, that is vector product is obey. First properties, first one, vector product obey anti-commutative law. Anti-commutative law that is A cross B is equal to minus of B cross A. Now second one, there is a vector product or cross product obey distributive law over addition. That is vector A cross of B vector plus C vector. This answer gives vector A cross vector B plus of vector A cross vector C. That means at first you multiply vector B and vector C, then you cross with vector A. This answer will be also equal to this one. Again, at first here you multiply A cross B, then A cross C, then add it. Result will be same. Now third one. What will be the result of vector product when two vectors are parallel and anti-parallel? Write it down. Suppose vector A and vector B, that is parallel. In same way you just write it, that is anti-parallel also. Anti-parallel. So parallel, that means theta 0 degree, and anti-parallel, that is theta is 180 degree. So what will be their cross product? You just see A cross B, that is AB sine theta into direction n cap. Here AB sine, when theta 0 degree you just write sine 0, when theta 180 degree you write sine 180, but sine 0 and sine 180 both have the value that is 0. So when sine 0 degree answer 0, sine 180 degree answer also 0. So 0 multiplied with AB, that is gives 0, and there is n cap. So obviously this answer will be 0 vector. So the statement is, if two vectors A and B parallel and anti-parallel to each other, then their cross product gives 0 vector. Now next one, 4. When two vectors A and B are perpendicular to each other, write it down. A and B are perpendicular to each other, that is theta 90 degree. So what is the value of cross product A and B here? Write down A cross B, that is equal to AB sine 90 with direction n cap, and the sine 90 value that is 1. So 1 into AB, the answer becomes AB into n cap. So when we use this mod value, that's the magnitude value. Here you just using the magnitude value, so this answer will be AB. There will be no direction, but in general A cross B, that is AB n cap. But when you are writing in this way, A cross B, this answer will be only AB. That is the product of magnitude of two vectors. Okay. Now you just consider another way, that is you multiply cross product with a vector with itself. Write it down. 5. Vector A cross vector A, the cross product of a vector with itself, what will be the result? Use A first of all, you have to use the magnitude value of A, then the again magnitude value of A, that is also A, then sine obviously 0 degree, because the vector itself multiplication, there is no angle. So with n cap, and this one will be sine 0 into AB, that is 0 into n cap, that is magnitude value, but it has direction, so it may represent a vector quantity. Okay, so this is the properties of vector product. Now we will learn an important part, that is the multiplication, the cross product of orthogonal unit vectors. Okay, write it. Six. Suppose I cap cross j cap, what will be the result? Think it. I is a unit vector, so its magnitude value 1. J is a unit vector, its magnitude value 1, and the angle will be, you know, sine I and J, that means along x-axis and along y-axis. So the angle between them, that is 90, but it has direction. So sine 91 1 so 1 into n cap, the result is n cap. So when we cross I cross J, the cross product of I and J, the result gives n cap. Now question is, what is n cap? I cross J, n cap must be a unit vector which is perpendicular to the plane of I cross J. Perpendicular to the plane of I cross J, that means same method, you use this one x-axis, this one y-axis, this one I, this one J. So perpendicular to I to J, so it is directed along z-axis. So here n cap obviously is equal to k cap. So I cross J, result will be k cap. In same way, when you are using J cross I, 1 sine 90 into n cap, but here this n cap will be minus k cap, because J cross I, okay, so this one will be minus k cap. In same way, you can write J cross K, write it down, J cross K, 1 sine 90 n cap. So here n cap will be J cross K. J means y-axis, K that means z-axis. So J cross K, that is along x-axis, that is I cap. But when you are cross K cross J, so this answer will be minus I cap. In same way, K cross I, answer will be J cap, but I cross k, answer will be minus of j cap. So this is our combination. Now I cross I, what will be the answer? I magnitude value 1, then again I magnitude value 1, sine 0 degree. Why? Both are same, both are along x-axis. Sine 0 degree with a direction, okay, you just use their magnitude value. So sine 0 0 0 into 1, that is result is 0. So here I cross I, same method, j cross j, k cross k will be 0, magnitude value 0, but I cross j, k cap, j cross I, opposite, that is minus k cap, j cross k, I cap, opposite, k cross j, minus. What is the shortcut? You just think, write it down in this way, I, j, k. Now you use this logic. When you are going clockwise, I cross j, the answer will be k. Okay, this one, I cross j, answer k. J cross k, that is clockwise, j cross k, answer will be third one, that is I. K cross I, clockwise, answer will be this one, j. K cross I, sorry, k cross I, this one, j. Okay, so clockwise, that is positive. Now anti-clockwise, suppose j cross I, anti-clockwise, see, j cross I, answer will be k but negative, j cross I, that is minus k. Same method, I cross k, this one, I cross k, answer will be j but with negative sign. Same method, k cross j, answer will be minus I. K cross j, which one? K cross j, k cross j, that is minus I. So anti-clockwise, that is negative value, and clockwise, that gives positive value. This is the shortcut method. Okay, and the the cross product of two similar unit vector, answer that is 0. Okay, I think this part is clear to all of you. Now next one, the next one is how to represent A cross B. Suppose A, that is ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, and B, that is bx I cap plus by j cap plus bz k cap. So after cross multiplying, the answer becomes this one. You just think, you multiply ax I cap with 3 times, okay, this one, then ay j cap again with respect to bx, by, bz, and similarly az k cap with respect to this one. So total number of terms, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, step by step you just multiply ax bx I cross I, this one, ax bx I cross I, then ax by I cross j, ax by I cross j, like this way. Okay, now you just think, what is the value of I cross I? The value of I cross I gives a 0 vector, but its magnitude value is 0. So when we use its magnitude value 0, 0 with ax bx, so this answer becomes 0. This answer becomes 0. J cross j, magnitude value 0. So this part 0, and this answer also becomes 0. K cross k 0, 0 with az bz, that is 0. Now what is the value of I cross j? This one. At first you write I, j, k in clockwise order. Okay, now in cyclic order. Now I cross j, that is clockwise, positive value. I cross j, answer is k. Okay, you just see there k. And I cross k, anti-clockwise, the answer will be minus j. This one minus j. J cross I, anti-clockwise, so answer will be minus k. J cross I, answer will be minus k, this one. So like this way you represent total 6 terms. Already 3 terms becomes 0, 6 terms there. So you just simplify this one. Now you just think there is 2 I cap, one is plus positive, this one positive, and another one is negative. 2 j cap, one is positive j, this one, and another is negative, and 2 k cap, one is positive k and another one is minus k. Now you take a common I cap. So when you take a common, this one will become I cap, that means this part, and this one ay bz, then this minus becomes here az by. Same way, take a common j cap and take a common k cap. How to remember this part? When you take a common I cap, there will be no component of ax. You just see there is no x component. When why? This, you take a common I cap, and I cap is the unit vector along x axis. Now x y z, x y z. When you take a common I cap, then the next coordinate, that is y, so the value will be ay, and the next component, the b value would be bz. Then reverse it. At first ay bz, now you reverse az and by. Same way, when you take a common j cap, there is no ay component. So j cap, that means along y axis. So then the next component that is along z axis. So this one will be az. Az, that means bx. Now reverse it. That is ax by. Plus of k cap. K cap, that means there is no z component. You just see there is no z component. So k cap, that is along z axis. So the next axis, that is x. So the answer will be ax. You just see ax by. Then reverse it. Ay bx. And this method is quite difficult for you. There is a shortcut method. Now we will use the shortcut method. Okay, write it. At first you write it. This is the rectangular components of two vectors for cross product. Okay, now we use the shortcut method. Suppose two vectors given, vector a equal to 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap, and vector b given 4i cap plus 3j cap plus 2k cap. Now you have to find out the value of a cross b. Already using this formula you will find out the value. Okay, at first using this formula you find out. The answer will be, you just check I cap, then ay bz. Ay, that means 3, and bz, that means 2. 3 into 2, so this one is 6, minus az by. Az, that is 4, and by, that is 3. So this one will be minus 12, 4 into 3, plus j cap, az bx, az, that is 4, bx, that is 4. So this one is 16, then minus ax bz, ax 2, and bz, that is 2. So this one becomes 4. Now plus j cap, use this one, ax by, ax 2, by 3. So this one 6, minus now ay bx, ay 3, and bx 4. This one is 12. So the answer becomes 6 minus 12, that is minus 6 I cap, plus 16 minus 4, that is 12 j cap, minus 6 minus 12, that is minus 6 k cap. So using this formula you will calculate a cross b. Now we use the shortcut method, and the shortcut method is, at first you write down a cross b, the cross product of two vectors, in determinant form. You don't know about determinant, so you just think how to write down it. You just write in this way. At first you write I cap, j cap, k cap, and here you write a and b, ax and b, a vector and b vector, in this way, magnitude value I am writing here. So only a and b. So here you write ax, and ax, that means 2, then ay, that is 3, then az, that is 4. Now in the place of b you write bx, that is 4. Now you write by, that is 3, then bz, that is 2. Okay, now simplify it in this way. At first you write I cap. when you are writing I cap, you just forget about corresponding row and column. That means you just forget about this portion and ijk. So the remaining part becomes this one. You just forget about this line and this line, corresponding row and column. So the remaining part, that is 3 4 3 2. Now you just multiply in this way, 3 into 2, that is 6, then minus in this way 4 into 3, that is 12, plus j cap. Okay, same method, when you are considering j cap, you just forget about corresponding row and column. That means this line ijk and this line. So the remaining that means 2 4 4 2. Now you just go forward, 2 4 4 2. That means at first forward step, that means at first you have to multiply 4 to 4. So this one becomes 16 minus then 2 into 2, that is 4, plus k cap. Now when you are considering k cap, you just forget about this line and this line. So 2 3 4 3. At first you multiply 2 into 3, that is 6, minus then you multiply 4 into 3, that is 12. So the answer becomes 6 minus 6 I cap plus 12 j cap plus minus 6 k cap. You just check this answer and this answer is exactly same. So in general, for solving numericals problem, we easily use this formula. Okay, the logic is when you considering I cap, corresponding row and column, you just forget about this part. When you considering j cap, you just forget about this part, and when you considering k cap, you just forget about this part. Like this way, you just multiply it, the answer will be automatically this one. Okay, so another one, how to find out sine theta. So the next properties for finding sine theta we use, so we learn that a cross b, that is equal to ab sine theta with n cap. Now question is, what is ab sine theta? AB sine theta, that means a cross b mod of a cross b, that is only when you are considering magnitude value, the answer is ab sine theta. Now from here you can say n cap. For finding n cap, the formula will be a cross b divided by ab sine theta. ab sine theta. Same method, a cross b divided by ab sine theta, that means the mod under a cross b. So this is a formula for finding n cap, that means for finding unit vector, a cross b divided by the mod under a cross b. Okay, and using this formula you can find out sine theta. From here you can write sine theta, that is equal to mod under a cross b divided by ab. That means you can easily write it mod under a and mod under b. So for finding sine theta, you have to use, at first you have to find out a cross b, then its magnitude value mod under a cross b divided by mod under a and mod under b. Okay, so this point, this formula and the previous one, a cross b, is important. Now with the help of this formula, we will solve some important numericals related to vector product of two vectors. Okay, so students, this is our problem. You see problem number 1, find the unit vector perpendicular to both vector a and vector b. Okay, write it down first. So vector a given, that is 2 I cap plus j cap plus k cap, and vector b given, that is I cap minus j cap plus 2k cap. Now you have to find out the unit vector which is perpendicular to a and b. So here you have to find out n cap. We already completed the formula for finding n cap. This one, a cross b divided by mod under a cross b. So at first you have to find out a cross b, and we already learned how to find out a cross b. Okay, find it. So for finding a cross b, at first you have to write this a cross b in this determinant form. At first you have to write I cap, then j cap, then k cap, then ax, ay, az. Here ax, that is 2, ay, that is plus 1, and az, that is also plus 1, then bx, by, bz. Here bx, that is I cap, only plus 1, by, that is minus j cap, that is minus 1, and bz, that is plus 2, that is 2. Now the form for finding this formula is, at first you have to take I cap common. When you are considering I cap common, this part and this part will be cancelled out. So the remaining part 1 1 minus 1 2. So at first you multiply this 1 into 2, that is 2, then minus 1 into minus 1, that is minus 1, and this minus and this minus, this one will be plus 1. Then again plus j cap. When you are considering j cap, corresponding this line and this line will be cancelled out. So the remaining, that is 2 1 1 2. Now you have to check the forward step j, that means in forward step, that is k. So at first here you have to multiply 1 to 1. So 1 into 1, that is 1, then minus 2 into 2, that is 4. Again k cap, that means you have to, this line and this line will be cancelled out. So the remaining line, that is 2 1 1 minus 1. So at first you multiply this one, 2 into minus 1, that is minus 2, then minus of 1 into 1, that is minus 1. So this one becomes 2 into 1, that is 3 I cap, minus 4 to 1, that is minus 3 j cap, minus 1 minus 2, that is minus 3 k cap. So this is our value A cross B. And now what is the value of magnitude of A cross B, that is mod under A cross B? We know the formula for finding the square of 3 square plus minus 3 square plus or minus 3 square, x square plus ay square plus az square. So 3 square, that is 9, minus 3 square, that is also 9, minus 3 square 9, so that is root 27. So you can write 3 root 2. So what is the value of n cap? Write it down, n cap, that is A cross B divided by mod under A cross B. So the answer will be A cross B, that is 3. Okay, take a common 3 here, I cap minus j cap, minus k cap, and in lower portion there is mod under A cross B. Mod under A cross B, that means 3 root 2. So 3 3 cancel out. Our answer, that is 1 by root 3 I cap minus j cap minus k cap. So this is the formula, this is the value of n cap, unit vector, which is perpendicular to, obviously perpendicular to the plane of A and B, obviously, as well as perpendicular to A and B. Now see, okay, suppose in this problem you have to find out sine theta. How to find it? Use this formula, sine theta, that means mod under A cross B. We already find the value mod under A cross B, that is 3 root 3. Then you find mod under A, that means this one, 2 square plus 1 square plus 1 square, that is 4 1 1, that is root 6. Then you find mod under B, that is 1 square minus 1 square, that is 1 plus 1 plus 2 square, that is 4. So again mod under A, that's value gives root under 6, mod under B, this also gives root under 6. Now use this formula and then you find out sine theta. Sine theta, that is equal to mod under A cross B, that means here you write 3 root 3, and mod under B, that is root 6, mod under B, that is root 6. So this one is 3 root 3 divided by 6, that is half, that is sine theta is equal to root 3 by 2. So obviously you can say theta is equal to 60 degree. Okay, so with the help of this way out, we will find out n cap, we will find out theta, we will find out sine theta. Now see problem 2. In problem 2, you have to prove that the vectors A and B are parallel. We already learned that properties, that is, two vectors are said to be parallel. When two vectors are parallel, that is, their cross product will be 0 vector. So here we will cross A and B. Then if the result becomes 0 vector, then we can easily say that a vector A and vector B are parallel to each other. So write it down first. Vector A, that is 2 I cap minus 3 j cap minus k cap, and vector B, that is minus 6 I cap plus 9 j cap plus 3 k cap. Now at first you find out A cross B. Write it down like determinant form, I cap j cap k cap, then ax ay az, that is 2, there is minus 3, there is minus 1, bx by bz, that is minus 6 plus 9 plus 3. Now at first I cap, when you are considering I cap, this one and this one will be cancel out, that is minus 3 minus 1, 9 into 3, that is at first you multiply this one, minus 3 into 3, that is minus 9, then minus 1 into 1, that is minus 1, this minus and this one will be plus 9, this plus j cap. When you are considering j cap, this one and this one will be cancel out, so this one remaining part 2 minus 1 minus 6 3. At first you multiply minus 1 minus 6, so this one will be plus 6, then again minus 2 into 3, that is 6, again plus k cap. So when you are considering k cap, this one and this one will be cancelled out, that is remaining, that is 2 minus 3 minus 6 9, so 2 into 9, that is 18, minus of that is minus 3 minus 6, that is plus 18. So from here you can easily say plus 9 minus 9 cancel out, minus 6 plus 6 cancel out, minus 18 plus 18 cancel out, there is 0 I cap plus 0 j cap plus 0 k cap. So you can easily say that that is 0 vector. And we already learned that if two vectors are parallel as well as anti-parallel, the dot product of the cross product of two vectors becomes 0, magnitude value is 0, and the result gives 0 vector. So from here you can easily say that vector A is parallel to vector B. Okay, now see problem 3. In problem 3 we have to find out A cross B if magnitude value of A given. Problem 3, the magnitude value of A given, write it down. The magnitude value of A, that is 10, the magnitude value of B, that is given 2, and the magnitude value of A cross B, that is given you have to find out magnitude value of A cross B. A dot B, this value given, that is 12. Okay, so we already completed dot product. A dot B, that means AB cos theta, that is 12. Now value of A, that is 10, value of B, that is 2, cos theta, that is equal to 12, that is cos theta is equal to 12 divided by 10 into 2, 6 3 5. So from here cos theta, that is equal to 3 by 5, and you know sine square theta plus cos square theta, that is equal to 1. So from here you can say sine square theta, that is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. So find it, 1 minus cos square theta, 1 minus cos square theta, that means 9 minus 25. So this one becomes 25 minus 9, that is 16 by 25. This value gives sine square theta. So sine theta, that means root under 16 by 25, that is 4 by 5. Now you find out A cross B, mod under A cross B. Mod under A cross B, that means AB sine theta, only magnitude value, there is A value given 10, B 2, and sine theta we already find it, that is 4 by 5. So this one becomes 2 to 4, 4 and 4, that is 16. So the value of mod under A cross B, that is 16. Okay, now problem 4, important, these types of problems, student, write it down. You can take a screenshot. In problem 4 you have to prove that mod under A cross B, that is equal to root under A square B square minus A vector dot B vector the whole square. Okay, at first you prove the left hand side, that is A cross B, so it implies that the magnitude value of cross product of A and B, and the magnitude value of cross product of A and B, that is AB sine theta. Now right hand side, root under A square B square minus A vector dot B vector the whole square. So here A square B square minus A dot B, that means AB cos theta the whole square, that is A square B square, and this will be A square B square cos square theta. Now take a common, A square B square common, that is 1 minus cos square theta. We just says that sine square theta plus cos square theta, that is equal to 1. So sine square theta, that is equal to 1 minus cos square theta. So 1 minus cos square theta, that is sine square theta. Write it down, A square B square sine square theta. So when root will be cancel out, that is AB sine theta. you just see left hand side AB sin theta, right hand side AB sin theta. So we can say that mod under A cross B, that is equal to root under A square B square minus root under AB the whole square. Okay, so these are the problems. These types of problem is important, students. I think this video, these types of problem is clear to all of you. If this part is clear to all of you, then please share this video with your friends. We will meet soon in your next class. Till then, bye bye.